how do you be like, yeah, that was great, let's go ahead and cast her in this? It's crazy. Like, sorry, little girl, but like, you suck at acting. Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I think I just said welcome back to, but I meant to say welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. Please hook me up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment on this video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about I'm going to be ranking the franchise of the Star Wars shows, all the series that they've put out. I did a video ranking the movies. Like I said in that one, I am a huge Star Wars fan. Despite my Andor video, if you saw that and didn't see my movies rankings video, you might think, this guy doesn't like Star Wars. I do. I love Star Wars. I'm a huge fan. I've watched all the Star Wars content a million times. Just didn't like Andor because it's boring and not good. I'm including the animated series, some of them, because the ones I've seen basically. I'm leaving out a couple that I haven't seen because I feel like they're like little kid shows. Like, maybe I'm wrong and I should watch. Let me know, if I should watch these. But Resistance and Visions. Then apparently there was older ones called Droids and Ewoks. I had no idea about those, but I feel like those are all like little kids cartoons. The other animated ones that I'm going to include in this list are a little more adult and less kind of little kid oriented, and there's some awesome Star Wars canon stuff in there. So, and I'm ranking these as like a whole series, not like individual seasons. So just the show as a whole. So let's do this. So right out the gate, you know what it's going to be. Number 11 on the list, last one on the list. What do you think? I'll give you one guess. It's Andor. Sucks. The show is so boring, so unnecessary, doesn't do anything. It's pointless. Watch my review video of that show. The backstory is so minimal and subtle. Like, if you're gonna do a backstory, do a backstory. Like, so roundabout and so subtle and so just like way too much just talking and not like eventful talking and eventful things happening to move things along. We just did not need this show, in my opinion. Yeah, watch my review. Number 10, The Acolyte. Lame show. There was a couple good things in there, but like atrocious child actors. Like, come on. When you're casting, like, what did you audition the kids? Like, especially one of them? Like, how do you be like, yeah, that was great, let's go ahead and cast her in this? It's crazy. Like, sorry, little girl, but like, you suck at acting. And that's what it is, man. And that's a huge bummer. That makes it hard to watch when the main character kind of is unwatchable. And it's just not that compelling of a story. It just was not very good. The stranger character was rad. I liked that character a lot. It was awesome. There was a couple good fight scenes with him that were pretty cool. Should have leaned more into that and done more with that, and it looked like they were going to maybe do that with a second season, but then they canceled it because it was so bad and no one liked it. So I guess we'll never see that character again, and that's a bummer. Number 9, The Bad Batch. This is sort of a spin-off of the Clone Wars. These are characters from the Clone Wars. It's the same animation style. And, I didn't really like those episodes of the Clone Wars with the Bad Batch characters. It was kind of like whatever. It's kind of just Adventure of the Week type of stuff. I'm going to say Adventure of the Week a lot in this video, by the way. But that's like, it's not like contributing to an overarching story. It's just like, hey, here's a one-off bottle episode of like this one thing happening and they have to go deal with it. And then, it's resolved in that episode. And then the next one is completely unrelated. That didn't impact the story at all. So I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. I like a continuing linear story that you can follow and that every episode impacts that and you get something and move forward, So yeah, too all over the place and, just whatever. Don't really care for those characters in that show. The Tales series coming in at number 8. It's a short, easy watch. Some of the episodes I feel like are like 8 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes, so you can get through it pretty quick. And there's some pretty fun stuff in there. Some pretty fun backstory stuff, like Ahsoka a little bit and Count Dooku before he kind of went to the dark side. So that's pretty cool to see some of that stuff, but not much to these shows or these episodes, and That's why it's coming in at number 8. Number 7, the Book of Boba Fett. Really, you could have just put this stuff into The Mandalorian. Half of this show was kind of crossover with The Mandalorian. It's a one-off season. It's short. There's not a lot to this. It had this weird kind of like crime mafia vibe to it that I didn't really care for. Some cool stuff in there. Some weird, unexpected stuff, though, too. After he comes out of the Sarlacc pit, there's some kind of unexpected, not that it was bad, but it's just kind of weird stuff there. And yeah, I don't know, man. Just not that great. Nothing really that cool that happened in this. I think Cad Bane shows up in this in live action, which actually is pretty cool to see that character, but then they immediately kill him, and that pissed me off, and it's very stupid, and I hated it. And why did they do that? Number 6, Clone Wars. So this might be low. This might be too low for this show, but it's a great show. It's a little lower because it's an animated show. I just vastly prefer live action stuff over animated, but there is some awesome stuff in this show, particularly the last season, though. Like, there's multiple seasons of this show, and there's a lot of Adventure of the Week stuff that is just like pointless. Like, you really don't need to go back and rewatch it all. It'd be cool if they like cut this show down to like the relevant canon episodes that like matter for anything going forward, and like go back and rewatch that. You can do that. There's like maps, like images online of like what episodes, like what arcs are there with the Mandalorians and like Ahsoka and like the different stuff that you kind of really want to go see again or see more of. But yeah, there's just a lot of fluff and stuff that is not needed in there, and it's all over the place. But yeah, Ahsoka became one of my favorite characters in the Star Wars franchise. So, definitely like that character a lot, but like I said, just the other reasons I mentioned, that's why it's this low. Number 5, the other bigger animated series, Rebels. Again, a little bit low on the list. Not that low, 5, it's right in the middle, but just because it's animated and not live action. But it's great. There's a lot of cool stuff. Cool characters. The whole crew is fun. All these characters are good additions to the canon of Star Wars. Some more good Ahsoka stuff. They have this showdown with her and Anakin that is incredible, and then they straight up steal the big like moment that happens in that fight where Vader's mask breaks and you see Anakin's eye. Like, they steal that and put that in the Obi-Wan show. They steal from their own stuff and put it in that. I thought that was real weird that they did that. It was far too obvious for, everyone knows like that you did that, right? Like, so that was kind of strange. But yeah, Sabine, super cool character. Ezra, cool character. Some good stuff in there with them, but some Adventure of the Week stuff, so you could kind of cut that down to what matters and cut out the fluff, but the stuff that matters was really cool and really enjoyed that show. Number 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi. This was awesome show. Good, awesome stuff with Vader and Obi-Wan. Super short. Great characters. Young Leia was okay. I think I need to rewatch it because I think when I watched it the first time, I was not annoyed with her, but just kind of like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe what I'm saying. Like, it didn't hit with me. It wasn't like what I enjoyed about the show. I just really liked the moments with Vader and Obi-Wan, but there just wasn't a lot of that. Not too much to it. It's a short show, and it is what it is. But it was good. I enjoyed it. Number 3, Skeleton Crew. Pretty high on the list. Very surprising. I enjoyed this a lot. I enjoyed this show a lot. I did not expect this show to be this good. Great child actors. Hey, people who cast the Acolyte, maybe talk to whoever cast this show, because night and day with the actors. The actors were excellent in this. Jude Law's in it. He's awesome. The story was just fun. It was just a fun adventure with these kids, and it was just a really cool story and a fun time. It was mostly a linear story. It didn't have too much Adventure of the Week stuff, so I definitely respond to that and appreciate that out of the show for sure. So yeah, it was good. That was a great show. Number 2, The Mandalorian. So this The Mandalorian is great. It's got some good characters, some great crossover stuff with, you get Boba Fett in there, you get Ahsoka jumping in that show. Luke shows up in there. Like, having Luke show up was kind of a moment that like made this show for me. It was like I was already enjoying the show, but then like that happens, I was like, wow, that's rad that they did that. Some other characters pop in and out like it. So they do that pretty well where they have the crossover stuff, because that's just cool for Star Wars fans to see, like, oh, that animated character like coming into live action. A lot of that, very cool, very fun. But the adventure of the week stuff, so annoying to me. Like, they have this like linear story going on, and then they're like, yeah, we're taking a break from that this week. We're gonna have Jack Black and Lizzo show up, or like, that's the other thing too. Is like all these comedians take me out of it so hardcore. And I'm talking, and it's not just those. It's Jack Black, Lizzo, Bill Burr, Eugene Cordero, Amy Sedaris. There's so many comedians. It's like, what's going on with the comedians being cast in this show? I thought that was very weird. I did not understand that at all. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with that. Didn't really look into it to see who cast this and what was going on with that. But yeah, that's my knock on it. But it's still overall, like, it's a good story. A lot of cool stuff happening. It's longer than the other ones too. Maybe not as long as a couple of the animated series, but there's meat to this one. It's like a lot of these other shows are like one-off, like one seasons. So there's not too much to analyze or check out or get from it. But this one's got a lot to it, and there's a lot of good stuff in it. So very, very much enjoyed The Mandalorian. Looking forward to the movie that they're going to make. That's going to, I guess, kind of wrap up some of the stuff or lead into other stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I'm stoked on that movie. Not sure when it's coming out. And then number 1 on the list, Ahsoka. Awesome show. Awesome character. One of my favorite characters in Star Wars. After I watched Clone Wars, especially the last season, I was like, dude, this character's so rad. And the stuff with Rebels. And then I love when she shows up in Mandalorian and you see her for the first time in live action, and it's Rosario Dawson. I'm like, oh, it's perfect casting. I love Rosario Dawson. She's been having this renaissance in the last couple of years. Like, she showed up in Zombieland 2, and this DMZ show, a bunch of other stuff. That she was in the Dying Light 2 video game. Like, I was like, oh dang, she's making a comeback. Like, not that she like went away necessarily, but she just feels like she's tearing it up right now, and I really like her. She's a great actor and just very, very watchable, and she plays this character perfectly. I love this casting. I also love the casting of the young version of her in this show, Ariana Greenblatt. She's an awesome up and coming young actor who is in a bunch of stuff too. She's kind of popping off and killing it, and is in a ton of stuff, and she's very, very good actor. So yeah, the casting was great. The other characters, Sabine, Ezra, like these other characters that were cast, the villains, just great casting across the board, I would say. So that's a feather in its cap for sure, and just very cool to see the Rebels characters in live action. Like, to see, like, my hope for this show, and it happened, was that they were going to continue the Rebels story, because Rebels essentially left off on a cliffhanger with Ezra, and you're like, oh, like, maybe in this show, like, they'll go try to find Ezra, and like, that is straight up what happens. Like, her and Sabine go, and just the way Rebels leaves off, it picks up right there. They literally recreate that last scene from the show in live action. Little couple changes in that for me, remaking it, I'd have pointed out some costume stuff and prop stuff where it's like, come on, we've seen this, so make it exact. But hey, that's a small knock on it. But such a fun show. Can't wait for season 2. They're supposedly in development, making season 2. Very sad about Ray Stevenson. Rest in peace. They're not going to be able to have him. I guess they're going to have to just recast that character, because he was kind of big character in that show. And yeah, can't wait for that to come out. So that's it for my ranking of the Star Wars franchise, the shows, the series. Again, like with the movies, I enjoyed going back and revisiting these, and I didn't rewatch them all right now, but I just thinking about them and putting them in an order and thinking about what I liked and didn't like from each one. So thanks for watching. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment. Let me know what you think, what your order would be, if you think I have any of the shows too high, too low, what your rankings would be. So stay tuned. Until next time,